Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about my October TBR and like spooky reads for the upcoming fall and stuff. Some of them are not spooky, but nonetheless, I am super excited. I just got back from the library, so I don't even know where to start. So I guess I'll start here. So I picked up The Madman's Daughter by Megan Shepherd, and it seems super interesting. Don't mind my dog in the background. He's messing with the bag, so if you hear that sound, that's what that is. So it says 16-year-old Juliette Moreau has built a life for herself in London, working as a maid, attending church on Sundays, and trying not to think about the scandal that ruined her life. After all, no one ever proved the rumors about her father's gruesome experiments. But when she learns he is alive and continuing his work on a remote tropical island, she is determined to find out if the accusations are true. Accompanied by her father's handsome young assistant Montgomery and an enigmatic castaway Edward, both of whom she is deeply drawn to, Juliette travels to the island only to discover the depths of her father's madness. He has experimented on animals so that they resemble, speak, and behave as humans. Well, gosh darn, okay. And worse, one of the creatures has turned violent and is killing the island's inhabitants. Torn between horror and scientific curiosity, Juliette knows she must end her father's dangerous experiments and escape her jungle prison before it's too late. Yet, as the island falls into chaos, she discovers the extent of her father's genius and madness in her own blood. You can't tell me that doesn't sound good. Like, perfect for freaking October, man. Spooky month. So good. Next, I got The Final Girl Support Group by Grady Hendrix. And it says it's a thrilling horror novel. Say less. In horror movies, the final girl is the one who's left standing when the credits roll. The one who fought back, defeated the killer, and avenged her friends. The one who emerges bloodied but victorious. But after the sirens fade and the audience moves on, what happens to her? Lynette Tarkington is a real-life final girl who survived a massacre 22 years ago and has defied every day of her life since. And she is not alone. Far more than a decade, she's been meeting with 5 other actual final girls and their therapists and support group for those who survived the unthinkable. Putting their lives back together piece by piece, that is until one of the women misses a meeting and Lynette's worst fears are realized. Somebody knows about the group is determined to take their lives apart piece by piece. But the thing about these final girls is that they have each other now, and no matter how bad the odds, how dark the night, how sharp the knife, they will never ever give up. Oh, yes. I just don't know what to say. I got so many books to choose from that I don't know what to do with myself right now. Next, I got another Grady Hendrix novel, and this is My Best Friend's Extra Sizzle. And I saw this all over Book Talk before. My library doesn't have the new cover, but I'm really digging like the... Alright, I assume this is the original cover, but look at it. It says, 1988, Charleston, South Carolina, high school sophomores Abby and Gretchen have been best friends since 4th grade. But after an evening of skinny dipping goes disastrously long, Gretchen begins to act different. She's moody, she's irritable, and bizarre incidents keep happening whenever she's nearby. Abby's investigation leads her to some startling discoveries, and by the time their story reaches this terrifying conclusion, hello Scooby, the fate of Abby and Gretchen will be determined by a single question. Is their friendship powerful enough to beat the devil? Oh, yes. Yes. Of course it has to be. If not, I'm going to be disappointed, Scooby. Scooby, welcome to my life with my dog. He has to be there anywhere I go. Next up, I got the sequel to Stalking Jack the Ripper, which is Hunting Prince Dracula by Carrie Moscato. I'm so freaking excited! Following the horrifying revelation of Jack the Ripper's true identity, Audrey Rose Wadsworth flees her home in Victorian London to enroll as the only female student in Europe's most prestigious forensic school. But it's impossible to find peace in the dark, unsettling Romanian castles that houses the school, and it was also once home to the deprived Vlad the Impaler, otherwise known as Prince Dracula, When a series of troubling deaths brings whispers of bloodthirsty return from the grave, Audrey Rose and her sharp-witted companion Thomas Creswell must unravel the cryptic clues that will lead them to the shadow-like killer, living or dead. Words are hard, so bear with me. And I just got my dog a new squeaky toy, so he doesn't know what to do with himself about it. So, when I was looking through the graphic novel area, I happened to see this graphic novel called The Heartless Prince, and the story and illustration is by Angela DeVito, and is written by Lee Dragoon. And honestly, the cover was enough for me to pick it up, and it's a pretty short read. It says, Ebony is an orphan princess from a kingdom destroyed by a power-hungry witch. See, I told you, words are hard. Prince Almond has become drawn to her, or at least he's drawn to her uncanny ability to sense when familiars, servants to the witch, are approaching his king's border. And Ebony has always longed for something more with Almond. Wanting to prove herself to his kingdom and parents, Almond takes Ebony outside the borders to fight the familiars face to face. All is well until they captured by a witch, Aradia, who steals Almond's heart and leaves his body to turn into one of her familiars. What's worse, his sister Nissa has been taken hostage by Aradia's daughter. Ebony makes it her mission to retrieve Almond's heart and save Nissa, taking her into the mysterious witchlands. There she would discover a secret about her past that would change everything. I love spooky season. I love everything spooky, and so of course I just kind of went crazy when I went to the library. So, this book, I thought it would just be more of a lighthearted read, and I read this late middle school, early high school. This is more of a middle school read, but it's called The Fire Within by Krista Lacey. So it kind of gave me a little bit of break, something a little different from all the spooky mystery horror books. But this was about, does David believe in the power of dragons? When David moves in with Liz and her 11-year-old daughter, Lucy, he discovers a collection of clay dragons that come to life. David's own special dragon inspires him to write a story which reveals the secrets behind a mystery. In order to solve the mystery and save his dragon, David must master the magic of the fire within, not only with his hands, but also with his heart. I remember loving this series, so I'm just excited. So, the next book I don't have with me, and I don't know the author's name off the top of my head, but it's going to be an ebook, so I'll just put it up here on the side. But the next one I'm going to read is The Clown in the Cornfield, and possibly the sequel, because I think it came out, but I'm not sure. But I really want something really scary, so... Okay, Scooby, fine. I see you. But I just know October is going to be such a good month, because I feel like while I read a good amount of books in September that I wanted to read, I didn't read all of them as much as I would like to, but nonetheless, I'm very excited for October, spooky season. I'm going to be watching all the scary movies and all the above and reading these great books, hopefully great books at least. Well, thank you guys for watching this long and dealing with squeaky toys in the background and rustling from my dog Scooby. Hello again, Scooby. And I just want to also let y'all know that I've been posting some gameplay videos, and if you're interested in that kind of stuff, it'd be great for you to watch. But other than that, thanks for watching. Bye, guys!